Little bit of aftershave on my face, do your hair, Bob's your uncle, Sue's your aunt, you're away.
We hope we pray for better days.
What's up guys, what's happening today? Another day, another video. Today we're going to talk about something a little close to my heart. It's how to deal with uncertainty. The reason I say it's a little close to my heart was a couple months ago, my profession, because of coronavirus, as we know, we all went into lockdown, most of the world went into lockdown. This affected me pretty severely because I went from having a routine, day in, day out. I go to work, I do my 4.5 days, I come home, bish bash bosh, that's it, that's my routine. I did that every single week. I got a phone call one day. The phone call was, we don't need you anymore, at least for the time being, until lockdown's over. We want you to come back. When that will be, when's that going to be? That's absolutely indefinite. I had no idea, so I went from having routine every day to being a man without a plan. So therefore, I had to confront uncertainty head on, whether I liked it or not. So I never really thought about it at the time. I just completely occupied myself by completing tasks that I've been planning to do over a long period of time. And you know what? When I look back on it, I think, wow, where did that time go? Because I absolutely threw myself at it, essentially. Because I was so busy, the time just went so quickly. I realized in hindsight there was a few simple steps that I took without even consciously doing it. 4 simple steps. If I'm able to share those with you today, then that will hopefully allow you to overcome any uncertainty in your life as well. When I look back on these, I realized they were really powerful because they made the time go so quickly. I didn't even intentionally do it at the time. Hopefully you'll learn something by watching this. Alright, so the first thing I did, at the time I didn't really realize necessarily I was doing this, like I've just said, I came up with an objective, an overarching objective about what I wanted to achieve. The objective, because I made it so difficult to achieve, it was pie in the sky, it wasn't going to be straightforward, I wasn't going to be able to do it all in once. That meant that it took a long time, hence it burned the time for me, and as well as that, I found it useful coming out the other end. That objective was getting as good as I can of my profession by reading as many books as I can, and as well as that, learning about cryptocurrency, and that's essentially become my side hustle or a passion or a hobby or something else that I'm into. So in essence of the story, if you get yourself a plan, you'll be amazed what you can overcome. You'll have direction, you'll never be bored, you won't allow things to get too much, you won't be overwhelmed, and you will never, well, as I say, you'll have something to work towards and a goal to achieve. No matter what adversity that you're confronted with, if you have a rough plan, then you will be able to overcome it eventually. If not, if you can't even, no matter what it is, even if you can't physically beat it, at least you'll mentally trick yourself into having a direction and a purpose every day. So I had this goal, I knew where I wanted to be, and I thought to myself, what can I do in the meantime? Number 2, the second thing I did, I realized that I subconsciously created objectives. Because I had divisible objectives through which I could work through towards this goal, that meant that I could complete small parts of it every day, and this meant that mentally I felt like I was able to satisfy a sense of achievement, and I was able to go somewhere, and that meant that because these tasks were completable in a reasonable sense of time, I felt like progress was being made mentally. Number 3, I think is very easy. I'll use coronavirus as an example, or lockdown as an example, because that's what I went through. I think it's very easy just to watch the news all day long. That is absolutely the thing that I didn't do. I watched the news for a little bit at the start. I realized how it was making me feel. It wasn't good for me. And you know what? Aside from anything else, it was completely beyond any one of our control. So why would I worry about that? Why would I give myself stress by focusing on the things that I can't control? Focus on the things that you can control. If you can do that, you feel empowered, you feel stronger, you feel like you can contribute towards your objective while you're doing these things. You focus on news, things like that, it's not going to do you no good, it's just going to stress you out and make things worse for you. So number 3 is definitely focus on what you can control. Number 4, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. I realized that during this time that because I was focusing on the things that I can control, I wasn't getting too stressed about what was happening outside. For all I know, it could have been the apocalypse. It doesn't matter, there's nothing we can do about that. You have to have a certain amount of courage. That courage is number 4. Be courageous, be brave. Like I said, if you focus on the things that you can control, it empowers you, it makes you stronger. I'm a person who greatly believes in things like mind over matter and stuff of that nature. So if you can do that, again, it gives you a reason to get out of bed every day, you don't get too down, makes you mentally strong, makes it all worthwhile. That's my synopsis of the situation. This is what worked for me, and this is what got me through it. And like I say, because I used these 3-4 things, in hindsight I look back on them, the time went so quickly. definitely something that if I can share with other people, and this lockdown 2, lockdown 3, things like that happen, if I can share this with other people and this can make their lives easier, then I'm all for that, and I'm hoping to help as many people as I can. So anyway guys, that was it for today. I hope you learned something, or maybe you just listened to me ramble at the same time. Maybe not everybody's got something to learn from me. I'm not a scholar, I'm not a sage. I'm just somebody who's been through it all. Hopefully I can help in some way. Thank you for tuning in. This is me, signing out.